to or welcome back to Toto Spotfest. I am JJ. That is Jamie. We are sans one Austin Reddick tonight. We want to risk a speedy recovery. Austin Reddick thought he was competing in the world's strongest man apparently today at work, and he definitely was not. So please get better to our good buddy Austin Reddick. And we have somebody who's experiencing a little bit of illness here. So we're either going to get super spicy, Jamie, or he might fall asleep halfway through. I don't know. Jamie, you going to make it, man? How you doing, bro?
I don't think you're going to get too spicy me because
okay.
I have nothing negative to be spicy. I legit have nothing. I have nothing.
He's got nothing. He's got nothing. He's got no energy. No, I'm kidding.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. No. But hello, welcome to everybody in chat. Hey, Rob, hey, Sandman. If this is your first time here, please join us in chat. You know, we definitely want to hear your comments. We got a lot to get over tonight. We got a lot to go through, I should say, tonight. But we do want to hear. Please join in chat. If it's your first time visiting us, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like while you're down there. It does help us out quite a bit. Man, we've been talking about this for weeks, but over the past few days and up through this weekend, we got 8 days of just a lot of wrestling going on in our lives, Jamie.
Very much so. Very enjoyable though. Like the amount of wrestling that our eyes are going to see personally, like what we've already seen and what we will see on Friday, feeling pretty good about it. Feeling pretty good.
Let's talk a little bit about that because I am wearing something that's going to commemorate our most recent venture. This past Friday, we did go to St. Louis, to East St. Louis, technically, right by Diamond Cabaret. I didn't realize it till we were across the bridge, and I'm like, oh shit, I know where we're going. For those of you from St. Louis, you know. We went to go see our second GCW show. I'm trying to remember what the name of the show was. It was the World of GC. No, it wasn't that. It was
Project GCW.
Project GCW. Wow. Hey, it's not a show if Jay doesn't butcher a name of some event somehow, right?
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Project GCW.
The order we do
seats.
Things.
We got front row seats, and we didn't know what we'd get, because you didn't get to pick and choose. You get there, you have your names on the seats. We were 3 feet from the ring, maybe.
Yeah, if that. It was. We were snug tight up against that ring. And we were right by the entrance where everybody walks in, too. So that was really cool.
By the entrance. And the show was, Jamie said, it might have been the best show we've been to, especially indie show that we've been to for sure. I think I would put it up there. It's hard for me to put anything over All Out 21 that we went to because, my God, that show was good. But
yeah,
it's also hard to go over this show. We saw Matt Cardona, Steph DeLander. Matt Cardona got stink-faced into KLD on his way out. Grabbed my freshly bought beer. I usually have 2 beers at the wrestling show. I have one right before the show, then I have one like halfway through, right? He grabs my beer and uses it to douse his face. Totally worth it.
It was quite great, actually. Like, he just grabbed it and did it. I was like, yeah, it's perfect. Just wasted your beer.
During that match, Steph DeLander basically took a nap on your feet, which was interesting.
Yeah, she just fell down. Her hair was literally on my feet. I have a sweet picture of it. But then like later, we had actually opened up with Billy Starks going up against Killer Kelly, so the little TNA AEW action, and that match definitely did not disappoint. That match was phenomenal. We had so many other good matches.
Speedball, like Bailey and Alex Zane. Speedball was put into my lap while Alex Zane was chopping him. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie's holding his arm, and I'm sitting there just like, okay, I'm good.
Under my arm, it was great. Like, oh, hold me back. It was pretty good. And then, of course, we had the first time we ever saw Thrunt.
Still, I didn't realize it ahead of time, but yeah, they always do like modified names for his for Effie for his 6-man tags, 6-person tags, right? So teaming up with Sawyer Wreck. They were Thrunt. What's up, Clint?
What's up, Clint? Yeah,
that
dude,
was fantastic. But the
was
two
great.
big things of the show, really, Maki death kill. Okay. We got to slap hands with Maki Ito multiple times over.
Yeah,
And
I got
Nick
a sweet
Gage.
picture of her with her arm on my shoulder and everything. It's like, yep. It was a good run, Jen. It was a good run.
It's fantastic. And then, of course, Nick Gage, who we did get to see when we went to GCW at All Out Weekend in 21. It was a 22.
Yeah, 2 cup stuffed. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 cups. I can't remember if it was 21 or 22, whatever that year we went was. But he was in a feud with Addison Kogar at the time. He came out for his match, and it was like a minute and a half, like 90 seconds later, here come Addison and the 303 boys, and it breaks it up. So we actually got to see Nick Gage like wrestle in GCW. Plus, as he's coming out, for those of you not in the know, it's like you gotta like storm him. And he came right by me, and I'm just yelling in his face, and he grabs me by my like shirt. I grab him by his shirt. We're like shaking each other. It was like that was the best. That's my highlight of the night, man. It was so good. And we got blood on by Manders and or Mance Warner. I think a little bit of both.
Oh no, we the blood that got on us was 100% Mance Warner's. Because he was a bloody mess. He had a crimson mask.
He had a crimson.
Like, it was just...
they came over. He was doing slappy slaps on Manders right in front of us, and we got blood, and we both bought this shirt, and I'll go put them out to the cars before the show, right? Because we got reserved seats. Our names are on the seats. Whatever, we can fuck around. Jamie's like, I think I'm gonna wear the shirt. I go, do you really want to?
Yeah, I was on the fence. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to. You're like, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
There's a death match here, so yeah. If you have not been and you have the chance, go to GCW show. We saw ridiculous lucha shit. We saw this guy we've never seen before that just he used Joey Janela as a pommel horse and then did a second rope 630.
Yeah, it was not real, but real. Like it's like no, but yeah.
Well, he came out. We didn't know. He's like, who's this guy? Right? He has some crappy like $2 like replica belt going on. We're like, who is this dude?
Ariel Van Gogh.
Yep. Funny story. He's now GCW World Tag Team Champion. I don't know if you knew that or not. They won the next night in Indianapolis. They won the titles. Him and I can't remember who else. Yeah.
He deserves it. That guy's kind of badass.
So if you have a chance and it's nearby you, go see GCW. Trust me, it's worth every penny. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good shit.
So that was Friday. We didn't get home nearly as late as we originally thought. Thank God. And then
I got to sleep. It was good.
Yeah, Jamie still had to like turn around like 3 hours later and do like softball all day and shit. But it wasn't nearly as bad as we thought. And then Sunday was Revolution. Revolution seems to be their best pay-per-view every year, Jamie.
It shouldn't be, but it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like All Out should always be, or I guess All In.
Either one of those.
But Revolution, year in, year out, has been by far their best pay-per-view. And this one held true to that mantle with arguably match of the year candidate that will take an act of God to beat, if you ask me. It had obviously Sting's retirement, and he went out in such a great way. We did get a Surfer Sting, like Mark Serdalis prophesized. So that was great. We even had
I don't know if that
Wolfpack Sting.
I'll give you a flash. Okay, I'll give you a flash of a sticker right there. Just a flash.
I did say Surfer Sting would be there.
You said he would be Surfer Sting.
No, I didn't say he was. I said Surfer Sting will be there. Never said he.
I gave you your sticker. You got your sticker. It's just a quick one. Yeah, it was Sting's son, Clint. The sons came out as Surfer Sting and Wolfpack Sting.
Yeah, it was great. And then they did splashes and everything. But yeah, that was awesome. Like overall, there was no duds. Like I other than the 8-man scramble.
Even the 8-man wasn't terrible. I didn't think, honestly.
It was okay.
It was you gotta have a match where you gotta breathe in the middle of it. You can't have all go no filler. You gotta have matches of filler. I thought as a filler it was fun. You got fun because you got fun little tchotchke shit. You had the meat chants going on, right? And then you did have some good fun flippy spinny shit, and it was fine. It was fine. You knew the outcome. I thought even the 8-man was okay. I thought the pre-show was pretty good, right? The women's match on the pre-show, I don't know. I thought it was almost. It wasn't quite, but I thought it was almost as good as the women's match they had on the actual card. It was good.
The technical wrestling fan in me would like to disagree with that, but I think you're 100% right.
I mean, they're doing something really clever. I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet. Something really clever with Willow. I don't know if they're gonna
with Willow and Chris.
Well, Willow and Chris, but I think more specifically Willow. I think there might be. I don't know. I don't want to get into assumptions. So, as we always do, we have a belt to attend to. So, your reigning and defending champion, gloriously, of course, as he would as a fighting champion, put the belt up, and we had our picks in. We even had a guest picker this week. So Megan, as you know, she has returned to watching wrestling, so she actually tried. But we had another Faulkner join the fray.
Yes, little Audrey. It was her birthday, so she wanted to do picks. So I was like, all right, it's fine. And like, I knew she wouldn't win, but it was just like, she always wants to do them. I was like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity for her to try. 9 years old, doesn't really watch wrestling all that much or get it.
I think it'd be hilarious if she won. It would.
I would have claimed it too. I would have worked as an angle like we do the whole time.
I would. That's one I would be like, all right, I bow down to that. But spoiler alert, Audrey didn't win, but she gave a good effort. So anyway, so we have our picks here. So on the pre-show, we all got everything going on. Audrey did pick Julian Sky to win. Willow and Chris, of course, did win. And so that's how we start off the pre-show. We all picked Wardlow to win the Scramble. He did. We all picked Ospreay to win the Ospreay-Takeshita match. That happened. The Women's World Championship, we all picked Toni Storm to retain, which she did. TNT Championship, we all picked Christian to retain, which he did. So where we differed was here, okay? The International Championship, we all picked Roderick Strong. Jamie, myself, Megan, and Austin. Audrey did pick Orange Cassidy to retain, however. And unfortunately, she was wrong on that. But Roddy did win. That was, and I would say, as far as matches go on the card, that was another one. It wasn't a dud, but it definitely was more of kind of a, light, more of a breathable moment as opposed to just the all go everything else had, which is good, right?
Yeah, it was still a solid ass match though.
And then the AEW World Title match, which was so good. We got to see Unhinged at Hangman Page. Oh my god! Like when he attacked Bryce Winsberg, I about jumped out of my seat with excitement. I loved that so much. I don't know why. I did though.
Yeah, he beat him like Yoda money, dude. It was great.
We've met Bryce. He goes up to like maybe here. He is really that small. It was fantastic.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy. We all picked Samoa Joe. Audrey picked Swerve Strickland. So she did not win. She 3 losses at that point. Okay, so it comes down to 2 things, 3 matches and 2 things. Okay, so you had the 2 Blackpool Combat Club matches. You had Danielson versus Kingston, and you had FTR versus Blackpool Combat Club, which I think it was fantastic. I love Blackpool coming out with the Legion of Doom shoulder pads, right?
That was sick. Yeah.
I didn't think it was as good as their tag match they had a couple weeks ago, because I think, it's just you're trying to recapture lightning in a bottle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still good though. It was still hella good.
Now, so it comes down to the 4 of us. Spoiler alert, Austin and Megan picked all the exact same picks. Okay, so that's going to come into play here. Put a pin in that. All right. So they picked Blackpool Combat Club and Eddie Kingston. I picked FTR and Bryan Danielson. you picked the BCC to lose both. You picked FTR and Eddie Kingston. Okay.
Yeah.
So my train of thought was there's no way they're going to have the Blackpool Combat Club lose both of these or win both of these. I thought it was going to be one or the other, and I flip-flop back and forth. Why did you pick FTR? Any specific reason?
Just because I felt like, with everything going on, I thought if FTR won, then they could easily stake a claim towards the tag team belts. And I was also working an angle of we finally get Bucks FTR 3 or whatever it is. So I was like, if they win and then maybe the Bucks win.
Okay. So you had a grander scheme involved. Well,
of course, there's always an angle.
100%, right? Everything's work. So Blackpool Combat Club won and Eddie Kingston retained. Okay. And I went literally the exact opposite. I was like, they're both not going to win. And I couldn't, this way. I felt similarly to FTR, right, as you did. And if I picked FTR, I couldn't pick Kingston, is what my thought was. So that's why I ended up going the way that I did. So lo and behold, that was my downfall. Okay. But Jamie's got one loss. He's still alive because Jamie's the only one that picked the Young Bucks for the final, for the main event, for the Sting farewell match, our Tornado Tag Team Championship. We all picked Sting and Darby. Jamie said he's going for Bucks FTR Revenge number 14, whatever they're at right now. Who cares? It'd be gold, right?
Yeah.
Sting and Darby, of course, did win. Sting got the royal send-off. Darby died, and then got resurrected by Doc Samson. Like, literally, that spot. We've seen him do some stupid shit. That was probably one of the crazier spots I've ever seen Darby Allin do.
It was... Not only was it unsafe.
They hurt people in the fucking audience with that.
Like it was, yeah. I mean, it was incredibly dangerous, incredibly dumb, and at the end of the day, his back paid the ultimate price because as soon as he flipped over, his back was beaten up.
Oh, funny. You saw it kind of start to beat there, and they go away, and then they go back to it, and it's like, whoosh! It's like, oh shit! And the whole crowd was just like, oh fuck!
Yeah. And then magically he gets back up, and it's wrapped.
Amazingly enough, right?
Yeah.
So it's come down to we have 2 perfect cards. Okay, we were close there. Jamie had an angle he was working. If I would have flip flopped, we could have had 4 perfect cards. Like, we were not far off. And there was lots of scenarios too. Now we did, as we always do, we did the world title match for the tiebreaker. Okay, so with that being said, and I didn't do the math on this ahead of time here. I'm going to include him in it because, like I said, when the match was going on, I didn't know how we were going to end up. If the Young Bucks did win, there'd be a 3-way tie. We'd have to get this. So I kept time, and I compared it to, because me and Audrey were eliminated, so it's Austin, Megan, and Jamie, right? So Austin had 21 minutes 30 seconds. Megan had 14 minutes and 27 seconds. And Jamie had 17 minutes and 51 seconds. Those of you who are mathematicians already can kind of see where we're going with this. But the end result of the match was 19 minutes and 41 seconds. So Megan, 5 minutes and change off. Austin was 1:49 off of the time. Austin is your winner. Had Jamie been in the picture, him and Austin were 1 second apart. And Austin would have beaten him by a second.
Yeah, that would have
like
hurt.
3/4 of a second, but still, like a second, right?
Yeah, that would have hurt. That would have hurt. But you know what?
We've had a close one like that before, but not a second. That's nuts.
Never within a second. But if this was Price is Right rules, I would have won. But it's all good.
And we
Actually,
officially
Megan
voted
would
in
have
front
won.
of all of you, those of you who bear witness. Austin did side with the non-Price is Right rules. It has been settled.
It paid dividends for him.
It paid.
Dividends for him.
This belt is now going to him, and I'm going to talk about that here in just a little bit. But
so again, Captain Short Reign.
Jamie, you're feeling sick. Maybe you just take the night off. I'll take it from here. Okay.
Yeah. I bet you would. But I did prophesize. I said you were losing that belt, and I was again.
You did. 100%. You did. I was. Hey, man. The thing is, like, hey, I thought it was very close. Even if we would have gone to 3-way or 4-way tiebreaker, I was like 35 seconds north of what Austin had. So.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Well, the good thing is we have plenty of opportunities to regain that belt because WrestleMania is coming up, and there's a new AEW pay-per-view in April. So we got 2 chances in April, technically, if we're going to go that way.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like we should just do the biggins. But we didn't do that towards the end of the year. We just did every AEW. So we should just keep up tradition, I guess.
We'll talk with Austin about that for sure.
Because we got WrestleMania, which that is gonna be very difficult because you got 2 nights. But WWE is way more predictable than anything.
Way more.
Like, I think we already know that the Bloodline's going to win the tag team match, and then Cody is going to win by himself. I think we can all write that in black ink.
I'm very confident in that.
None.
Very confident in that. Bailey's going to beat Io.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. I honestly don't know about the other one, though. I don't know if Rhea is going to retain or not. I think she will, but
Rhea will retain because they can't have every belt drop. Because I think Drew McIntyre's going to win too.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. All right. Stone Cold's not going to show up. Stop that. It's 2024, Clint.
But Stone Cold.
Dude, so I've been watching. You remember how during the pandemic, Xavier Woods, Tyler Breeze, Claudio Castagnoli, and Adam Cole, they did the whole party, the Uno thing every week, right?
Yeah.
Well, they've been talking about wanting to keep doing it. They've kind of done it sporadically. They've gotten back into doing it again, so they're doing it on their Twitch and they put it on YouTube. And so a couple weeks ago, when they had their Uno night, they were basically releasing like short clips, and on the weekend they released like the full thing. So I'll watch it every weekend. I'll pop it in there, have it on the background. They did like a whole 40-minute bit where they were doing Stone Cold impressions for some reason. I can't remember how they got on there. And then they started doing Stone Cold doing other things. Okay. Stone Cold Steve Austin as Elvis is not something I knew that I needed to hear, but I did. It's basically Stone Cold doing the for like 40 minutes. And it just was the weirdest, hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life.
What? Sorry.
That's what? All it was. All right. So let's trudge ahead. Congratulations, Austin. Belt shall be given to you here shortly. We'll see where we go from here. Okay.
Yeah.
Clint really wants in on this too. We'll talk to you about that work.
I get that, but we did gloss over one thing about Revolution, and I did call it a 5-star. But that Ospreay Okada baby Okada Takeshita match, holy shit!
You know me. You knew I was amped for this. I mean,
well, so was I.
Everybody was. I mean, shit. Austin didn't even blink an eye. I said that's probably going to steal the show, and it's like, yeah, of course it will, right? But
and it's so funny. It's so funny. Like, I've had conversations with a couple people since, and I'm like, this might have been the greatest match I've ever seen. Oh no, Okada Omega was pretty good. I'm like, did you watch that live? Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. This is the greatest match that I've seen live, happening. not in person, unfortunately, but like
Right,
live watching a match. Like this was arguably the greatest match I've ever had the pleasure of watching.
Wow.
It was everything. And that flurry at the end, with the brain buster, and then into a almost Stormbreaker into
the
forearm,
pile driver into the German suplex, hidden blade kick out at 1.
Yes, it's like Jesus. It was Japanese strong style at its finest, ladies and gentlemen, and I will take that every day of the week.
Well, here's what I'd say: it's Japanese strong style and flippy spinny bullshit in the best marriage I think I've ever seen. Right?
It's the new era. It's the new era.
It's
Japanese
the new way of Japan wrestling. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and it was on display for everybody to see on the grandest stage. Like, whew. And
I mean, you know me. I am very apprehensive to rush to judgment on star giving. I immediately would have given that 6 or 7 stars. So it's just like, that is unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm not gonna Meltzer it. It's easily a 5.
I'm not going up there. It's definitely a 5-star match. 100% match of the year front runner right now in 2024. We're only in March, so plenty of time, but definite front runner match of the year for sure.
Like I said, it's gonna take an act of God to dethrone that. It's gonna take a match above all matches, and I'm looking at you, Cody and Roman. Roman, who's never had a 5-star match a day in his life. Like, he's a great entertainer.
Let's be honest, Roman's gotten so much better in wrestling in the past 4 years. He really has.
But he doesn't have to wrestle. He does the other stuff so well now. He
doesn't have to, but when he does actually show up, it's for the right people, and I think Cody's the right people too, right? That could be that could be a all-timer match. They could put that up there with, and I know you're going to yell at me for this, but you can put it up there with Michael's Taker. You can put it up there with Rock and Stone Cold. You can put it up there with all those, right? Maybe not on top of any of them, but it has the potential, if they show out, it has the potential to be on that same sort of level as those signature matches.
That's a bold statement. I would probably put it more on the Hogan, Andre the Giant level than Shawn Taker.
Well, here's the funny thing. Hogan Giant is on that same level. Really.
Not to me.
Not to you personally, but in the greater scheme of wrestling analytics, if you want to put it that way, it would be. It's like, what are your key 15 or 20 WWE matches, right? They're both up there, right? To you, they're on distinctly different sides of that. I know.
Yeah, I have a top 5, and then I have my second tier, and that's in the second tier. And I think this has the possibility to become a second tier, mainly because, like, I know Cody's super over, and I love Cody. Don't get me wrong. This is sound like I'm bashing on him, and I'm not. It's just, it's a different time, and those were different wrestlers. And that's the thing. Like,
I think they're all like that too, because there's some Bruno Sammartino matches you could probably put up there that no one's ever heard of. But it's also 100%. A different time. I mean, Hogan and Andre, it was the greatest thing in like entertainment when it happened. But also, you look back on it, it's a little different time. Wow. Okay, we know where Side Clint's on 100%. Okay.
Don't you ever talk about my dog. Yeah, dude. No, it's good stuff. I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. I have not actually been this excited for WrestleMania in like 4 years.
I think I think it's going to be a very good. Last year was excellent. It really was. And this year, no Vince involved, right? Things have been so much better all around, right? I think it's going to be a fantastic 2 nights. Hopefully, I don't get booed out of Philadelphia this time. We'll see. I need to remove my belt.
Since we're actually kind of giving the Fed some flowers right now, I just might as well continue that. Michael Cole's doing some of the best work he's ever done, and it's just cracking me up. Like, him and Pat McAfee are like the best pairing that I never knew I needed. And like, McAfee's great, and
McAfee's fantastic. I know some people
the whole thing with him and Gunther, like, that thing was hilarious. But like, how freaking Michael Cole is so obsessed with these damn antlers.
The fucking antlers on Valhalla.
It cracks me up.
Sarah
Like
Logan.
it pops me every time I hear it. And like I guess, the part of the whole new regime is less like micromanagement on the announcers and letting them go a little bit, and you're getting some of the best work you've ever had out of your announce team.
I mean, here is the sad truth. I say sad truth because I've long, and a lot of it had to do with because he had a specific person in his ear telling him to say specific things over and over that drove me insane.
It did.
Cole is really good. He's a really good announcer. He always has been. He's a top tier announcer. He always has been. He's a consummate professional. Give him his flowers. He deserves them. Now they have the free reign. Shit, they even said it should shout out to Sting on Monday night of all things, right? To which McAfee said that match was awesome.
Dude.
It's a different time.
Sans Vince, we are in a different time.
And it's totally fine. It's cool. It's like, hey, yeah, remember this dude? He still exists. He now retired. Give him flowers.
You know what's really cool? Being respectful.
Imagine that, right?
Hey,
yeah,
Fed's doing some cool stuff. We're not going to take cheap shots at the Fed over at AEW, and WWE's not going to do the same thing to you guys and shit on you and your products. Like, no, man, we're in a different time.
I mean, you're just going to get better products all around if you have that, right? And there's still competition. You want to beat them on. I get it, right? But you don't have to do it in a nasty way.
And speaking of times have changed. I don't know if you saw the news today, but Bull Nagano is being inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. The first Joshi wrestler being inducted.
Legit.
Never in a million years I think I'd hear this.
Well, I mean, they start with Paul Heyman, and then they go to Bull Nagano. It's like, wow. Paul Heyman's like, okay, but he's still there. He's doing the thing, right? Then Bull Nagano go, holy shit, are they drunk?
Yeah, and Bull's amazing. Everybody wants to emulate her. Beth Phoenix says she's her greatest, figure that she looked up to. And you see it so much in other wrestlers, of course, Kairi Sane and Asuka absolutely adore her. And
plus you have every strong woman out there, right? I just using that term, the more kind of larger body, kind of, stronger woman. There is a definite line to be drawn from Bull down to them.
Yeah.
And they will all tell you that.
Clint asked, does Paul Heyman deserve it? I can answer that in one word. Yes. That's it. Yes. Do you want reasons?
We can give you reasons. I
give
you 3 letters for a reason.
ECW. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have had RVD the whole fucking show. We wouldn't have had Sandman. We wouldn't have had Francie. We wouldn't have the Dudley Boys. We wouldn't have had any of that. Hell, we wouldn't even have had Chris Jericho if it wasn't for him.
I mean, so absolutely he deserves it.
He's the man. He is the man.
We did not hear what McAfee said about Nia Jax. No, we've been following along more with WWE, but not that deep. Okay.
That she's low-key pretty? What? I don't know.
All right. I think the comment message is kicking in. Let's get to Dynamite, because there was a post pay-per-view Dynamite, and on the media scrum, Tony talked about the next 3 weeks. Of course, next week's big business in Boston. It still drives me crazy.
On the nose. On the nose.
But he said the next 3 weeks: Atlanta, Boston, Toronto. He's got big stuff planned for all of them. And yes, in the past, post pay-per-view shows have kind of been meh, but tonight I felt was as far, especially for a post pay-per-view show for AEW, was fan-freaking-tastic, man.
So just like what we talked about last Wednesday, that their go home actually felt like a go home. This one felt like a fallout, right after, what resetting storylines.
They had the right checklist and they did the things. It was fantastic.
They definitely did the things. By God, they definitely did the things. So, we could go right into it chronologically. They started off with Swerve. First off, they have a new set. They brought back the face and heel tunnels.
Yeah,
which I thought was great.
New logos and graphics. I feel like they're taking influence from a certain podcast. If you look at the colors being used, and you may look at, let's just say, our background by chance. I'm just saying, it looks kind of similar.
We have proven multiple times that Tony Khan does watch this.
We just want free tickets, Tony. That's it. Just and maybe
free
a little
ticket
bit more,
or to be a part of your creative team. Whatever.
6 and 1, right?
I would gladly give up my gig to become a
part in a heartbeat, dude. I wouldn't even. There wouldn't be a second question. Out the door.
I feel like I have a mind for this. But anyway, moving on. So Swerve comes out of the face tunnel now, which I thought was very, very telling because he cut a very baby face freaking promo, talking about all the bad stuff he did and how he felt bad and how for once everybody's rooting for him, and he told Joe, he's like, I'm coming for that title. If it's you, it don't matter. I'm coming back for that title. And then Joe comes out. Oh, dude. Then Joe comes out and is like, hey, you talk about how you want to be a champion. I thought I'd grace you with the presence of an actual champion. Thank you, Joe. And they're kind of going at it, and it's like, well, why we gotta wait? Let's do this shit right now. And then here comes the Undisputed Kingdom and story time with Adam Cole, baby.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Here's the part that went from good to great.
Okay.
Is yes, super face promo, all the face things. He's basically broken him off completely from the rest of the Mogul Embassy, if that's even what they're even called anymore. Who knows, right? You know? But he's not, even though he does that, he's got that different edge to him. He pulled that out when talking to Adam Cole in a fantastic manner. Because Cole started going to him, and then he turns around. What about you? When did you have to go back a line? When did you have to do this? And then he pulls out. What exactly did he say? How did the dig go? Because he basically pulls out. Oh, I'm just gonna reach my wallet and call Britt Baker or something like that.
Oh yeah. He's like, I'm just gonna pull out my phone and call Britt Baker. Yeah.
So he's still got that heely edge to him, but total face now. Total face. Which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, as hot as he is, it's a new age for a new face. I'm cool with it.
I'm 100% for it because that means, without a shadow of doubt, he's winning it at Dynasty.
Yeah.
Which is the only reason I want to go now. Like,
there's multiple reasons why I want to go. Let alone
there's multiple, but like that would be like the one. Like, if
I know.
I have a softball tournament, so obviously I can't be like, girls, you gotta suck this weekend so I can go. Like, I'm not gonna do that to them because I want them to win every time they're out there.
It's okay.
But yeah, so then after that, with everything going on between them, Joe and Swerve were challenged to face off against the Kingdom of Mike Bennett, Matt Taven next week. And like, well, why we gotta wait? Let's just do it right now. Like, again, the same thing. And then Tony Khan made it official. So that was your first match of the night. Yes, yeah, the ear thing. The fake earpiece.
So as far as matches go, this one was fine. It didn't really, it's kind of thrown together and it was good. It was cool and all. It's some story progression. They had Wardlow come out after and flex a little bit. And of course, you had Swerve and Joe were a little bit of the apprehensive teammates and all that stuff. But it was fine.
Yeah, solid match. Obviously, Joe and Swerve won, which I thought was kind of odd. I thought there would have been some shenanigans afoot, but there were no shenanigans until afterwards when Swerve gets choked out by Joe. So there's that. After that, you had this weird interaction between Hook and Chris Jericho, saying that Jericho respected Hook's father because he dumped him on his head, and he didn't respect Hook until he dumped him on his head.
Does it
So
feel like Jericho's just grasping for whatever straw gets him on TV? Because that's what it feels like to me.
oh, 100%.
I mean, he's just like, oh, TV, I'll go there. It's like, oh my God, man. It's like the CMLL things. Oh, there's an angle because I used to wrestle in there like for like a hot minute back in the day. So we have this, we'll do that. Now that's over, but it's not. It's okay, Jericho. Whatever.
Yeah, it's weird and uncomfortable. That's probably the best way to put it. So right after that, you had, they showed the highlights of Adam Hangman Page's actions, and then the Bucks came on acting like they had an announcement. Like, you know what? We're gonna do this and do this live. Yeah, you got 2 announcements. We're gonna do this live. Blah blah blah. So then after that, you had Hook versus Brian Cage in a surprisingly good match. Like
a lot better than I thought. Not just because there were tax involved, but there were tax involved.
I mean, I had low expectations. Let's just be real, but it easily surpassed my expectations. Solid ass match, man. Hook got the dub, and I was not expecting that at all.
Hook is still green. He's as green as my coaster here, right?
Looks like Shrek.
Say what?
That looks like Shrek green.
I mean, it's green. It's green. Green's green, right? Well, I don't know what kind of green Hook is, but he is green similarly to my coaster. Let's put it that way.
Let's say your coaster looks like Shrek, like that color green.
Yeah.
That's Shrek green.
Okay, it came in a pack of different colors, and it's the one that I currently have. It's green. Regardless, he's still green. And he's not as bad as he was maybe 6 months ago.
Rob hit the nail on the head. I'm penning that.
Jericho, the older uncle that shows up at family gatherings, uninvited, with store brand potato chips. Okay, for what it's worth, I do like store brand potato chips. They're just as good and cheaper. But yes, you're not wrong.
Yeah, we got coming with those guys chips.
Oh, that's the rich uncle. He's got the money, right? He's talking about those showing up with the like
with
always choice or like
the
high V
Joe's
brand.
fry seasoning. Oh, dude, those chips.
I've had those multiple times, and I love Joe's fry seasoning on fries, but on the chips, they're just okay.
No, those things are magical.
I don't know. Give me
I
the
haven't had
wavy
potato
barbecue
chip in like months, so there's
that. I know you're on the whole no carb thing, yeah, but no, I've had or low carb. I like the wavy barbecues.
Smart. Yeah, no shit. The best choice ones are always the weakest.
Best choice. Yeah. See, I don't mind like the high V brand ones, right? Those aren't bad, right?
But like best choice, save as,
save as. Oh,
yeah.
I don't know that's smart. I don't know where that's from.
Kirkland. Our Kirkland might be going out of business. Do you guys hear this? Kirkland could be going out of business this year. The Costco, yeah.
I don't see that, man. I don't see it.
I don't either, but like their supplier is gonna go out of business somehow. Well, I mean, like I know supply and demand's high as fuck right now, but damn, come on, guys.
Well, we'll have to see about that.
All right, back to the wrestling.
Okay, so yeah, Hook retains the FTW championship. As I said, much better than expected. So yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah. Gates of Agony come out to attack Hook. He gets saved by Chris Jericho. Yeah, of course to get him on TV. Since his adoptive son is suspended from AEW right now. Did you see that about Sammy?
Yeah.
When you do a finish where it also involves a head, that's pretty damn dumb after you concuss the dude.
I mean,
a schoolboyed it, something.
This would be a great time for a stash of knowledge if we had Austin here. We might have to circle back to this next week because yeah.
We'll put a pin in that for next week when we got Austin back.
All right, so they talked about the tag team titles being vacated because Sting's now retired. Tournament's going to be ensuing. Best friends are putting their lot in. Chucky's still hurt, so it's going to be Trent and Orange Cassidy. Okay, cool, right?
And their first match is on Friday.
We don't have any brackets. But we have a couple teams we know that are in it, so there's that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the Best Friends going up against Kip Sabian and the Butcher.
Is that who it is?
Yep.
Or are you just guessing?
No, that's who it is.
Okay, I didn't actually see.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've seen so far. After this, you had a very quick match between Killswitch and Daddy Magic, Matt Menard. I mean, Daddy Magic tried to put on a good show. People are behind him, but then Killswitchosaurus did what Killswitchosaurus
The show was
does.
Christian on commentary, and then of course what happened after the match.
Yeah, I mean, Christian on commentary is a treasure.
Oh,
That's all there is to it.
can you imagine a commentary team of Christian? You get Keep Excalibur there, 'cause just trying to wrangle the cats here, but have Christian and John Moxley as his colorman.
Oh my goodness.
And Tony Storm. Christian, Tony, and John with Excalibur. Excalibur loses his damn mind halfway through a show, trying to keep those three in
That
check.
could be the best announced team of all time. I'm here for it.
Yes. Let's know, chat. Do you want to see it? You want to see that? I want to see that.
I mean, I would not complain.
So they're leaving. They're going up the ramp, right? And here comes Adam Copeland. I haven't seen him since he had a concerto weeks ago, right? Throws Luchasaurus off of the... We're still calling Luchasaurus for those of you who haven't caught on, right? We're not buying in the whole kill switch thing. Jamie's got his own moniker.
Killswitchosaurus.
Jamie's got his own thing. I'm still going Luchasaurus. But throws him off, and then chokes out Nick Wayne and goes after... Well, I got teased again. So Mother Wayne went to go low blow, which he blocked it, which I again was convinced Beth Phoenix was going to show up. Pin.
Not yet.
So then he starts chasing after Christian. Then he goes over down by the ring and over the rail and then through the crowd and then down the hallway or down the entrance ramp and then through one of the hallways and then through another hallway and then through the back area, the catering area, and another hallway and out where Christian legit carjacks an Escalade and drives off. Holding the belt up out the window as he's going. It was fantastic. And Adam, before this had happened, Copeland let him know that it's official. Tony Khan's booked the match. 2 weeks. An I Quit match in Toronto for the TNT title between those two. That's where we're going to see Beth Phoenix make her debut.
100%. She has to. I feel like
Absolutely.
at this point, she needs to be there to take care of Mother Wayne.
I mean, they put that like little sprinkle tease in front of us enough that it's like there's got to be yes, Beth Phoenix, it's got to happen.
Gotta happen. All right. So after that, you had interview with Kyle O'Reilly, who made his return at Revolution, which was great to see. He hasn't wrestled in nearly 2 years. You can tell he's a little
he looks like he just got
it.
back from a fish tour.
Yeah, he's got longer hair. He's not cool Kyle, thank goodness.
Thank God.
He just looks like normal dude, which I am all for. And he says he's got options with everything, but he just needs to figure out what he wants to do, which I appreciate that. So evidently he's going to do his own thing for a minute. I think eventually he'll turn against his old friends, which is what I want to see. I would love to see Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly happen one more time.
Oh yeah. You don't want to see Kyle in the Undisputed Kingdom?
Nope.
I feel like it doesn't really fit. If you still had Fish with him, sure, right?
Yeah. But Fish has already badmouthed AEW enough. He's never welcome back.
Yeah, Fish was not smart. I mean, it kind of like they left and it's just a thing that happened, right? Hey, just whatever, part ways, and And so he started he's like, hey, it happens, it's cool, like this. And then like 6 months later, he just started bad-mouthing him, and they got worse and worse. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? You know that they would bring you back as soon as everything got sorted out, but no, not now.
Well, hell, Leo Rush has even said that he's not closing the door in AEW.
Yeah. I mean, again, we talked about just not being idiots. Just don't be dumb, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Bridges are not meant to be burned down. unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah. This is a
Just because you
business.
left a little early and didn't get an extension doesn't mean you need to burn it down.
Boo-hoo. Go do something else. It happens to everybody.
Sure does. Speaking of it happens to everybody, we had 2 huge announcements from
Which is kind of
Matthew and
3, but
Nicholas.
yeah.
So, announcement 1, they have suspended Hanger indefinitely without pay.
From the Elite.
Yeah.
Not from AEW Wrestling. He's suspended from the Elite.
Yes. And then Kenny, because they never know when he's gonna be back, he got fired from the Elite.
Yeah, and they were going total heel move on all this bullshit, right? You know, hey, it pains us to do it, but you did touch an official. And then Kenny, we don't know where you've been. We have no idea why you haven't shown up for work. Complete lie.
Yeah,
know?
I think everybody and their mother knows he had diverticulitis. It's no
so
fun.
that combined was announcement number 1. Okay.
Yes, that was announcement number 1. Then number 2, they're getting ready to do. Then here comes Eddie Kingston, which I was like, yes, let's go. And then he's like, hey, you know what? You guys are gonna find me. Throws a whole bunch of money in their face, and then they're getting ready, like starting to jaw each other. Eddie punches one of the brothers, and then they're getting ready to hit the EVP trigger on Eddie. And here you hear a coin drop.
Bing,
Yes,
bing,
ladies
bing.
and gentlemen, Okada is officially all Elite, and he walks down just brooding, just doing his whole thing. And it looks like he's got Eddie's back, grabs Eddie, flips him around, hits a Rainmaker on him. And guess what? Okada is not only Elite, all Elite, he is a part of the Elite coming in to this company as a heel. And I am here for it.
Was everything that we said 3 weeks ago when we talked about Okada in AEW. Hope they do this right. Put him in the right spot, different, than he was in Japan. Give him a mouthpiece because he can't be by himself. They did all that in a matter of 30 seconds in the best possible way.
Yeah, you gave him 2 of the best mouthpieces, honestly. Like, the work that the Bucks are doing right now is annoying in the best possible way.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's like these guys should not be like what they're doing right now,
Hey, Heather.
and the fact that they're doing it is amazing.
And Heather touches base on this here too, but this is definitely the long broad stroke for your Okada Kenny Omega blow off match, all in this year, maybe Revolution next year, whatever it is. Whenever I have no idea what Kenny's timeline is, but
yeah,
I mean that pin is placed in there solidly now, and yeah, they're doing everything. So, what do you think, Jamie? As the I really love the Rainmaker. I really love Okada. Okay, I really do enjoy him. Okay, Jamie dwarfs my fandom with him 100-fold. Okay, all right. Do you like the way that they're doing everything with him
right now? Absolutely. I think it's smart to bring him in as a heel. Kind of has that Hogan NWO feel, like, hey, you got brought in, next thing you know, he turns heel.
Yeah,
which doesn't happen very often, especially with a guy who's been a face pretty much his whole career.
A guy that big, right? It's the whole argument against it.
Yeah, like he was the ace of New Japan. You bring him in here now, a part of this. He's got to face off against all your other top faces, so you could see Okada swerve. You could see Okada. Will Ospreay again.
We will see Okada Ospreay again.
Hell, and then eventually down the line, you're gonna see Okada versus Baby Okada and Takeshita, and like that could be passing of the guards, But I mean, everybody's like Okada's old and this stuff. Homeboy's only like 35. He's still got so much left in the tank. It's not even funny, and I think it's smart. I think they'll become the next trios champions. I think that makes a lot of sense for them to give him some kind of gold. And yeah, like I think that. I think it just makes a lot of sense.
I think he's going to take the gold off of Eddie.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I don't think the Bucks need gold to solidify where they are in the ranks, right? They're going to have to take team gold anyway. They don't need it. I don't think they need it. I don't think Okada needs it, but I think that fits him. The belt collector thing, the 3 belts, right? He is Japanese. So, the Triple Crown, that to me makes a ton of sense.
Absolutely. I'm here for it. Yeah, I think we all know that I'm here for it.
And I do appreciate the Batman reference, by the way, Heather. I didn't miss it. I do appreciate the Batman reference.
That was pretty good there. All right. So after that, you had Chris Statlander versus Riho in a very good match.
No pipe.
Rio's an excellent. Do what?
No pipe.
No pipe. Just little Riho. Yeah, just little Riho doing little Riho things against big Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander again had the opportunity to cheat with the chain, threw it down and lost because she didn't want to cheat.
Long and hard this time though.
She keeps losing when she doesn't use it. The first time she uses it, she's gonna taste the sweet nectar of victory.
Mark Stradamus over there has been proclaiming that Stokely is the gateway for Statlander and Willow's heeldom to unfold, and
it needs to happen.
It's pretty obvious, but very good if it does.
And I like how she's going after Julia too. So after that, So after this, Riho wins, and then they interview Willow, and Willow's like, whatever. But she's got Riho next week, and then she wants to challenge Julia, which makes a lot of sense. TBS Championship, but there is also a person coming into the company next week that has not beaten Willow Nightingale. In fact, lost to her for a belt. Maybe that's her first.
They're going to set Mercedes Willow for her first angle.
Maybe. I mean, it feels very natural.
It feels like it's good. I don't feel like it needs to be like the major story for her, right?
Yeah.
But I'm with you there. I'd take it.
Yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense. But if they just want to go right to her to Tony, I'm okay with that too. Just saying.
Now, let's talk about Mercedes for a hot second, because we all know that that's what next week's all about. It's 100% about Mercedes Moné or whatever she's going by now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think there's anything aside from that? I know we threw out some wild kind of like, would be nice to see, other girls from Japan that came over with her, or some other a faction she comes in with, or do you think there's going to be anything else besides her, or is it just going to be Mercedes debuting?
If it's anybody other than Mercedes, I think that one, it neglects her arrival, and then also with her arrival, it makes everybody else look like nothing. So it has to be just her at this one. Toronto, though, I could see Megan Bain showing up. I could see other people possibly showing up. Nick Nemeth. There's some other people that could possibly be coming.
I mean, I think it's not out of the realm. You might have a return superseded by Mercedes. Whether that's I don't think it needs to happen. I wouldn't put money on this happening. But if you had like Britt Baker and then Mercedes comes out, right? Or something like that, that wouldn't surprise me. Or if you have in Toronto or shortly thereafter, you have Britt Baker coming back, or you have potentially, because apparently she's not far off, right? Jamie Hayter, right? I think Jamie Hayter might be more likely for Dynasty. I'm just butchering every pay-per-view name there can possibly. Every show name you have, give it to me. I will fuck it up in 20 seconds. Let's go, guys.
Nothing but double in May.
Only one I know fuck up WrestleMania, because I'm not even I am stupid enough to mess up WrestleMania. But I don't know. I am 100% in the camp of it's her show. It's going to be her show. That's the point, right? So, just wondered if you thought there was going to be anything along with that.
I think it would be ill-advised to have anybody other than her, because it'll take away from anybody else, and then it honestly will take away from her a little bit too. So it just needs to be her. at least in my opinion.
You think they just do the whole like they did with CM Punk? Just don't fuck around. Just get to it at the beginning of the
Open
show.
it up with her. Just do it. Get over with. Open it up with her.
Just get that massive pop. It's here. We all know it's coming. Make it happen, and then have a banger show.
Yeah, or even have an average show, but everybody would be talking about it. Doesn't even matter.
Yep. I'm with you.
All right, Darby came out after that, talked about how he was relinquishing his title. Then on March 27th, he's going to climb Mount Everest. So his next match against Switchblade could be his last ever.
He gonna die.
Yeah, he's like, I could die. And then here comes Switchblade coming out and just eviscerating with all 39 and a half abs he has.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I really don't know if I care for this match.
We're back to solo singles Darby. Do you think there's any legs?
He was like overly emo for this one.
He was so emo. Oh my God, I wanted to say that so bad. Thank you. He was like beyond emo. He's like My Chemical Romance is telling him to chill the fuck out, emo, right?
Yeah, like his whole world's ended just because the Stinger left. And it's like, it doesn't have to be that way, buddy. It doesn't have to be that way.
I mean, it was just beyond emo. I mean, ugh.
Yeah.
I dig emo too, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's not okay. He's not.
Morrissey said, cheer up, son. Which Morrissey? Regular Morrissey or Smith's Morrissey? There is a difference.
There's a 100% difference there, right? Those are some lighter music like Deftones or something, bro.
I mean, nothing makes me want to like cry my eyes out like listen to some damn Morrissey.
That's kind of why it exists.
Yeah, exactly. So then, yeah, it's fine. We'll see how this turns out. House of Black has a message for Mark Briscoe. They threatened to like light him on fire, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Like, no, we will light you on fire.
And it ends with Julia, like, and I will tell you this: her voice, I didn't have thought of this before. Her voice tone is perfect for her role in House of Black, right? Because as they're walking away into the shadow, she starts singing "The Ring of Fire" by Johnny Cash. It's like,
burns, burns, burn.
So there's going to be fire on Saturday. Fire. We know that, or Friday, whenever this is.
Yeah, it'll be at Collision. And then Mark Briscoe afterwards is like, I don't fear no man. I've been through it. I'm not him. Like you're whatever. And then here comes Jay Lethal. Then you know what? I got your back. You need somebody? I got you. He's like, oh, don't bring that Jeff Jarrett. He's like, you need a crazy son of a bitch like that. So you got Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Mark Briscoe going up against the House of Black.
What'd you think of the 7-man Fargo strut from the pre-show on Sunday?
Oh, Jesus. No comment.
It was so dumb. I loved it.
Oh, I bet you did.
Give me dumb. Give it to me. All right. So we got so far it's been a pretty decent show, right? They set a few things up. They set up matches for this week, right? We know what they're doing for the next few weeks. We got some new feuds going on here, returns, debuts. We didn't have a banger yet, I wouldn't say, Jamie. We didn't have that signature AEW like banger match.
Yeah, until now. Yeah. Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher was nuts.
I'm not going to say it's as good as Ospreay-Takeshita. Let's just put that out there.
No, it's not.
Not as good.
It's still really good though. If I could give this like a 4.9, I'd probably give it a 4.9.
It's kind of like you go, okay, so you got a birthday, big anniversary coming up, right? So you get all to take the wife to nice steakhouse, Plaza 3, Ruth Chris, whatever you fancy, right? One of those big hideout, right? Go there and you get a real nice, Kobe steak, and you're doing the whole thing and the accoutrement and all that. It costs a lot of money, but it's like one of the best meals you've ever had in your life, right? And then next weekend you go out to that little local joint that you got that the cook's just wild, and he gives you a T-bone, and it's not the same, but it's pretty damn close, and you got like half the price. That's what this felt like.
Yeah, one you got for free instead of $49.99. But yeah, dude, no, this match had everything you wanted in it. Kyle Fletcher has changed his hair from Sunday to Wednesday. He dyed it. He did look like a little clone of Ospreay.
His hair on Sunday was ridiculous.
Yeah, so he's little Ospreay clone, and this match was everything I thought and then some. I love the ending where they were looking right at each other, and he's like, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And then hidden blade right in Kyle's face. 1, 2, 3, Will Ospreay. Mm-hmm. Then after that, here comes Bryan Danielson. And we're already going to get Ospreay Danielson like hell to the yes.
Not surprising, but my God. Just deep in. Let's go. Fuck it, right?
Like, it's insane. It's still cut really weird. Yeah, it is.
No, his hair is really weird still. And this is from a bald man.
It's got like it's like supposed to be rounded in the back. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's like almost comes to a point off to the side. That's like not like rounded, like.
Well, I think
with the shape
here
of his
lies
head.
the problem. And again, this is a bald man talking. I know. Bear with me, people. He's almost got to grow it out in order to have it something different, right?
Yeah.
He's got to grow it out in order to have that base to work with, because now you're just fucking with it. So,
well, he had it where he had slicked back, kind of like mine, except it looks way better.
When he first joined in with the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he had like the whole
he had it like that. He had it like that on Sunday.
But he also only had it like here on Sunday. He had like all this cut off for some reason. Because originally he had it, it wasn't like it wasn't cut up as high up the sides of his head.
He had a Peaky Blinders. Like he had that style. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do we... Okay, real talk, Jamie. Why do we always divulge into hair talk for some reason every week? How does this happen to us?
We gotta find one thing wrong. We gotta find one thing wrong.
Well, we are nothing if not committed to the bit. Question for you here.
Yeah.
Ospreay has a lot of finishers, which I love. I know that you enjoy the multitude of options for ending a match. Okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Hidden Blade. What are your thoughts on the Hidden Blade?
I effing love it.
It's a simple strike, but
it's a shining wizard with an elbow.
Yeah, it looks great. It's easy to sell. It's a fantastic finisher.
It can come out of nowhere too if it's set up properly. Which I love an out of nowhere finisher like the stunner. You know, it's like bam, just gets it.
Well, the reason I ask is there's a lot of discourse I've seen out there, not specifically towards Ospreay, but just in general for people that adverse to strikes as finishers, right?
I don't know why. It's so good.
I don't know. I mean, there's some bad ones. You know, the Big Show's loaded palm is one that gets me, right? The big punch, right?
Oh,
there's been some bad ones.
WMD.
So I get it, but I don't know. Like, I never was a giant fan of Chris's back elbow, the Judas effect, right?
Yeah.
I love back elbows in general. Andrade, that's one of my favorite moves that he's ever done. To this day, I will defend that because the way he sells the back elbow, but it's also not his finisher, right? So I think it's hit and miss. I think it's got to be the right strike, but I generally don't mind a strike as a finisher.
Well, yeah, because like Eddie's got the spinning back fist.
Right.
And I love it.
I think it's a fine finisher, but there are some out there. You guys tell us in chat. Strikes for finishers, yay or nay? What are your thoughts? Let us know.
If so, what's your favorite?
Yeah, let's hear that.
I like that. I'm sorry.
All right. So overall, like Jamie said, it felt like a post pay-per-view show. Set up some stuff.
A really good one. And we set up a lot of good stuff.
And they didn't overload it with just like Like sometimes if you try to cram too much good wrestling, it's going to get lost in the mix, right? I think that's a good point. They had enough good wrestling on there and then a banger at the end. Perfect mix.
Yeah, like it was very like we always talk about pacing in a match. I felt like the show as a whole was well paced. Really looking forward to the rest of the weeks leading up to Destiny in St. Louis or Dynasty.
Dynasty. Ah, you got it too. Boom.
Yeah, sorry.
It's spreading. I've given you my plague. That's a recurring theme for the week. So,
I already got the plague. You're fine.
All right. Well, the good news is that Jamie's Jamie's consuming lots of drugs, legal drugs, in preparation, because if you watched this and you were here last week, you heard, and if you didn't, shame on you. Watch down below. We got a video link there. We had Michael Reed, the owner founder of Fountain City Pro, newest professional wrestling promotion here in Kansas City, discuss and make a match announcement.
We had Chase.
Say what?
You said Michael Reed. We had Chase.
We did have Chase. Okay, so Mike's part of the ownership group. He's been bothering the shit out of me because we didn't invite him on here. He's been fucking with me, and I fucked it up. Congratulations, Mike. You won. We had Chase Riley on, who is the official owner and founder. My apologies, Chase. Okay, blame Michael. I blame him for everything. We had Chase Riley on here last week, who is the, like I said, owner-founder of Fountain City Pro, Kansas City's newest professional wrestling promotion, doing their inaugural show, Light It Up. We made a match announcement. Chase did, rather, but the announcement was made last week. We have their full card. They made it on Saturday. So you can go to all Fountain City Pro socials. We have it linked down below. They add in their scramble match, and they announced the opener as well. The opener is going to be Ray Leon. Am I saying that right? It's not.
Yeah.
Because he's got a little thing over one of the letters. I can never.
Yeah, it's Ray Leon.
Ray Leon versus second to none Kenny Alfonso. Your opener match for Fountain City Pro. Let's go.
Yep, big fan.
If you don't have your tickets, there are still a few available. FountainCityPro.com. And if you can't make it for whatever reason, totally understandable. Maybe you don't live in Kansas City. Maybe you live in a different state, like our friend Heather, right? It's a bit of a drive. I get it, right? You can join in with us or Fountain City Pro on their Facebook, both right here on our YouTube channel and on Fountain City Pro's Facebook channel at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time this Friday. We will be doing the pre-show for the show. There will be shenanigans afoot. Jamie will be healthy. I promise you that. Or he'll be in like 6 masks, and I'll just whatever. We'll make it work.
Yeah, no, I'm already starting to feel better than yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
So
I should be hopefully all good.
yeah. So pre-show, we're going to be doing. We do want to thank Chase for letting us do the pre-show, absolutely, and also for dual hosting it. We're going to be doing it again right here on our YouTube channel and on Fountain City Pro's YouTube. There will be a recorded show for it. They're not going to broadcast it live, but they will have it. Follow their socials if you're interested in seeing another new. We know a lot of the people who are wrestling. Great people are going to be involved with this, so it should be very good, enjoyable, independent wrestling. Support independent wrestlers, like we always say. More details on that in the future. Like I said, they'll have some updates for when they have it, because they're getting it produced and it'll be put out there, but it's just not going to be live to start. But we'll be live for that pre-show, 5 o'clock Central Standard Time this Friday. Let's go.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I cannot wait, honestly.
Are you bringing the whole family again? Or you said you're bringing your girls?
TBD.
Oh, okay. So originally it was going to be none of them. Then it was like maybe one. Then it's all of them. Now we don't know.
Yeah. We'll see what tomorrow night brings.
This is the life of a person when they have three teenage girls?
2 teenagers, one 20-year-old.
All right.
And a 9-year-old.
I didn't know she was still a teenager or not. I was like, is it okay?
Yeah, she's turning 21 actually in May.
What the? Oh my god! Dude.
Yeah, dude.
I know you feel,
Yeah.
but now I feel old. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel real old.
we're gonna feel real young because we're gonna be enjoying some good wrestling. So if you are coming to Fountain City Pro this Friday, please give us a shout, give us a holler. Not in the middle of our broadcast, please. We appreciate that. But we will be again, for those of you who are not there, check us out here. If this is your first time and you do want to see the broadcast as it happens, hit the little bell icon. You'll get notified when we go live. So that way you'll be able to hop in with us, join live chat. We're gonna try and get some wrestlers on there. Some things in the works that we have for some interviews. I do have a gift to give to one of the talent that is going to be there. Unfortunately, that'll be nice and embarrassing for me and fun for everybody else. So join us for that. You can join Jamie just pointing and laughing at me because that's kind of half of my life apparently.
It's kind of what I do. So.
But yes, it's going to be. We are both super excited for it, and again, we do want to thank Chase Riley, Found City Pro, for giving us this opportunity to help him out and help. Honestly, we just want to be around it. We just want to be there and do whatever we can because we want to have good professional wrestling in our city, and support your local independent wrestling organizations, ladies and gentlemen.
Hells yeah!
All right, Jamie. As I said, I know. We got to get you to bed so you can heal up by Friday. Do you have anything else you want to add here? Like I said, lots going on in the last 7 days, and there's gonna be even more coming up here. Anything you want to
add? No, just take some emergency right now, guys. Stuff's going around, and even the people who typically don't get sick are getting sick. So
it's not a bad idea. $8 at Walgreens, save you the hassle. Go for it, y'all. We do want to thank you guys for joining us here, as always. We truly appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening. Those of you listening to us on the replay, we'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Again, catch us this Friday, 5:00 Central Standard Time, for the pre-show for Fountain City Pro's inaugural pay-per-view. Light it up. If you want to be notified, hit the little bell down below. While you're down there, you make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Please give us a big old thumbs up. It helps out quite a bit. But we will see you guys next week, if nothing else. Jamie, take us home, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not down on Total Spotfest, I got 5 words for you. The champ is not here.
I thought you were going to say not there and point to me, so thank you for that. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.